Okay, this is analysis for the stock coin for Coinbase. This is a really nice stock to trade because unlike many different stocks, this one you can tie with Bitcoin's price action to an extent and kind of get that second bit of opinion, a little added confidence from that chart. So I really like to trade this. I have 3 different charts actually pulled up, and they all show different things for coin. I find that it's just so much easier to chart this way so that you don't run into analysis paralysis because it's all loaded up on one chart and you really can't see what's going on. So this chart is just basic support and resistance. We're able to see how the price was moving up really strong here for the last couple of years, had a nice pullback and fired up to the former all-time high. We failed to have the body of either of these candles close above the former all-time high, and so that was a pretty good indicator that we were going to maybe see the price start to roll over, and we did. So the thing that I began to look for next was the price level where we've seen support react the most in most recent times, and that really was this level right here, this 234 level. We've seen the price react a number of times when you look back throughout the history of this ticker, and it seems like a very good area to see the price possibly react off again. And of course our resistance up above is marked at the same place that it was before. So right now, I personally not looking to take a trade on this until I see one way or another which direction this is breaking towards. I'm going to be looking for some sort of confirmation. So whether that's pulling back into this area and giving me some sort of double bottom, or headed to the top and giving some sort of double top, or a candlestick, like a hammer, something that's giving me, in the right context, an indication that we're going to break one direction to the next. That's kind of what I'm looking for right now. And this kind of 50-50 area, it's way gambly. So be careful out there. This is my second chart that I have for Coinbase. We're on the week. I've got my key here with the different moving average. These are exponential moving averages. I've got their different values plugged in there. Right now on the week, it's pretty nice that we're the price is holding above all of these. At the same time here, the MACD does not look so great when it kind of gets real up high like this. It's kind of nasty looking, and the price is just very steep and reflective of that. Oftentimes we kind of need some nice sideways trading or curling over kind of consolidation before we really see breaking in one direction or another yet again. When we look at the volume candles, a lot of times we're able to see, just simply even from looking at those, have we got more red, have we got more green, and it kind of just tells what the sentiment is. Here on the week, it's kind of 50-50. It's kind of half and half, so it's not a whole lot of indicators there really giving us any clear break one way or another. However, when we go down to the day, you can really see all of that selling, and of course that is not a good sign. The moving averages are curling over really, really strongly. Here we have the 50 kind of starting to curl over, the VWAP, which is kind of looking a little bit weak there, and of course we had a really nasty candle close today. Even on the 4-hour today, I think we can actually see it better on this chart. On the 4-hour today, we had a pretty ugly bearish engulfing candle here. So that's of course never a good sign. And let's pop back over. Let's pop back to our third chart here. This one's really interesting. We actually have a couple big Fibonacci's at play here, and I've got them marked up, A and B. We do have a channel here that you can see on a larger time frame. So I kind of just have that plugged in. It starts way down here at the bottom. You can see where kind of dropped down into it and then used it as support a couple of times. And I just want this marked up in case we came back down to this level, even if it took a little bit of time. And also sometimes this can kind of let me know, like, okay, maybe we need to trade sideways and meet back up with this channel, and then we have our move up again. So I kind of just want that there so it's like fresh on my mind that, okay, that's out there. So we'll come back to the week, and yeah, we have a couple different Fibonacci's that are at play here. This is our first one, point A to B. We had a really solid 618 retrace and then sell off, the 227. And what I'm looking for right now, we could either, you know, see this area kind of fire up and go up here and finish this Fibonacci at the 546 level, but I'm not so sure, given everything else, that that is what we're going to see. We've already had kind of several waves of upward movement, so I think that that might be a bit much. So I went ahead and I put this second Fibonacci on because we want to see what's going on with this leg specifically, kind of isolated by itself. We had a really perfect 50% Fibonacci retracement, had some buying here. Not sure that that's going to hold, but we did have some buying there, so that's nice and was to be expected. And kind of waiting to see if the price is going to come down and break this sort of 786 level. If it does, I would be looking to do something like this and move this anchor and then look for a retrace of this entire leg somewhere around this 238 level, the 50% of the entire move. But again, not sure that that's going to happen yet, so that's just what I'm keeping an eye out for. Another thing that is kind of noteworthy with coin right now, you know, with the price being at 319, we're kind of somewhat near those, like, you know, anytime you're like near like a psychological level, like 300, you know, we're not too far down from that. And that's, you know, lined pretty well with the 50%, you know, fib level here. So again, not a crazy reason that we saw some buying here, but that also can serve as really great support. So that's kind of something I'm keeping an eye on. But all in all, that is my analysis right now, and I am just waiting, like I said, for confirmation one way or another, a little bit more added data, especially when we have a big gap like this. It's really tricky to say if we're going to come down and fill this one or leave it blank, which, you know, has happened many times in the past. So it'd be very interesting to see, but that's my analysis.